Hello, everybody. The Gust of Ostafa is currently unavailable to do a video. So, I am going to instead read you a story. This story is called The Little Bus That Found Its Way to the Park. Here we go. Cue cards. Change them. Change the cue cards. Tom, change the cue cards. There once was a little boy by the name of Sally. Sally was not your normal everyday boy. He had hands made of crumpled Chex Mix. Now, he may not have been able to do many things with his crumpled Chex Mix hands, but damn were they delicious. Anyway, one day, he got on a bus. A little bus on its way to a park. But this was an ill-fated bus trip, something that no one was aware of until it began. There was another little boy named Susan who jumped on the bus as well. And when they were driving, Susan ripped a big, fat fart. It was the biggest fart this side of the galaxy, and it was so horrendous that the kids did have to close their eyes to keep them from watering and burning out of their sockets. Well, it turns out the bus driver was not immune to the farts, like you would think he would be, because as we know, all adults are immune to farts. But such was not the case here. The driver melted into a pile of goo because the fart was so horrendous. In a bizarre twist of fate, he was actually less immune to the farts than the other kids, who just had their eye sockets burned, whereas he melted into a little puddle. Well, I forgot to mention, this bus was a smart bus. It knew how to fucking drive itself, so a driver wasn't really relevant at all. So it drove itself and its group of kids that were all bathing in fart gas to the nearest area it could, which unfortunately was not the park. You see, he was immune to the farts, but sorry. He had a GPS system that was made of human flesh, and thus was not immune to fartiness. So he drove around for hours, going through all the shadiest parts of town, until eventually he came up with a wonderful plan. He was going to open all of his windows. And so he did it, and the fart gas leaked into the atmosphere and out of the bus, and then the GPS system came back online and was able to transport all the kids to the area. You know, the park that they were all trying to go to. Unfortunately, you know, there were some fart gases in the atmosphere, and as I mentioned, they were pretty horrendous. It actually burned the entire Earth alive. And that's why we have what you see behind me today, and why we're all living in a fiery wasteland of hell. The end. Can I get a round of applause, please? I poured my heart into this story. Well, that is the end of our tale. I hope you've enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like on this video, and comments if you have other inclusions or other tales you would like to hear. And when you're driving home tonight, beware the horrendous fart monsters that roam the streets nowadays. Later.